Good evening. Welcome to the Collateral podcast. So good to have you here. I'm on the opposite side of the screen of what I'm used to, so this is bizarre. But we'll
No, this is Collateral. Yeah.
It's not your turn to speak.
Good
Yet.
start, boys.
It's not your turn to speak yet. Alright, welcome
Can't put baby in a corner.
But again, welcome to the podcast. So good to have you here. Episode 9. We've made it 9 episodes, remarkably. Who would have thought? We're excited for tonight's podcast. It's going to be a good one. If you were tuning into the pre-start screen there, you would have noticed the song that was playing. That's Protagonist by our good friends over at Empire Within. So make sure you go check them out on YouTube and Spotify. They're great friends of Collateral. So we really encourage you to go check out their new EP, Critical Mass, from Empire Within. It is an incredible EP. I'm loving it. It's on repeat for me. Rusty, how are you doing tonight, mate?
Mate, good. It's good to be back.
Yeah, we missed you last time.
Yeah, moving house and everything.
Yeah.
This is my new abode.
New crib.
Yeah, I'm not streaming from a garage anymore, so you know.
So good. Oh man, people are already getting stuck into me in the chat. Hey, I've got a rough head.
You're getting roasted.
Tony's cam off voice is soothing, but the head is too much. Oh, face for radio. Clips, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Yeah, mate. Feeling good, looking good, tasting good. Tell ya, I can't wait. I'm gonna stream tonight, feeling good for it. You know, just mate.
Mate, so good to have you on the podcast. And then our fourth member of the podcast tonight is our newly acquired member of Collateral eSports, and that is Ice himself. Ice has come on with as our content creation manager. So if there's been a quality video come out on your social medias, it's likely that Clips and Ice had something to do with it. So we're excited to have him on board. Ice, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm pretty good. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I mean, what else do you want me to say other than that?
Yeah, there's not much.
I'm not gonna give you the whole clips like look good, smell good, feel good, taste good, sort of thing. But
it's because you don't.
Whoa!
I get I taste pretty good. Thank you very much. I don't know about looking good, smelling good, but taste good. How about that?
Do you have any rebuttal to that?
I mean, he's not wearing a carbon fiber tie. He's not wearing a jaded suit. I mean, he just. That's all I gotta say. Mean bun.
Oh.
Has nothing.
I can give you a bun. I just gotta get my hair ties. My hair's long enough.
And
yeah, that's what I thought.
He's not wearing the glasses. You gotta.
Wearing my sunglasses. You're gonna love this. Oh, they're not in here. I'll get them later. Maybe you're lucky.
I guarantee they're the same ones.
Maybe.
Nah, mate, you just need the
we got style.
You just need the $10 pair from the server, you know, the ones that are on the rack.
Fucking speed.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
I know my name.
These are not $10.
I'm a fan of I'm a fan of the pearl white sunglasses with fully blacked out lenses.
Oh no.
You're one of those guys.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's Wusty.
Wusty's in the chat. Man, so good. Wusty and Snake Jake. Couple of champions in the chat. But boys, I wanted to start off tonight by interviewing our good friend Ice. He's been in the esport industry for quite a long time, so he's definitely got a bit of a perspective. Some would call him ancient at this point, but we'll embrace it.
That's just because I'm old.
Yeah, well, you said it. You're old. Okay, there we go. Wusty also had pearl white Oakleys with purple lenses. Yikes.
Oh no, that's a no for me. That's a no.
It's got to have the big like orange O on it.
Oh yeah. What's your go-to pair of sunglasses, Ice?
I have a nice pair of Pit Vipers that I've got.
Beautiful.
But normally, oh mate, I look like a right knob. But
With or without
be
the
honest,
sunglasses?
bit of both. To be honest, my go-to sunnies are just whatever the fuck I find at home. I got about 600 pairs, and it's whatever I put on my head. I don't have a set pair.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Fair
Ask me the
enough.
same question. Go, do it.
No, nah.
What's your go-to pair of sunglasses?
Yeah, whilst you got me on the head, I have about 3 or 4 pairs of aviators.
That's my response.
Oh.
It's obvious.
Oh.
Mm.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Just aviators.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
you were talking about the white with the orange O. Do you know they're the kind of guys, you know, they sound like this to go, "Hey, bar, what are you looking at, eh?"
Hey, guys.
at the train station.
Oh,
You know,
man.
bloody
Eshay.
yeah, Eshay, bro. What are you looking at, bar? What are you looking at?
There's actually this.
I own this train station.
There's actually this
Yeah,
logo on this
Gronk.
glass I was using today. And it has this guy. There's like this logo of someone with sunglasses on it. Clips. Do you know who this is?
Yeah, clearly me.
Oh.
Clearly
That's
my
some sick
logo.
Ooh.
That's some sick bastard. That's a nice
Got
glass
it.
you got there.
The official
Guys,
one.
I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you a little bit of story about my glass. Heath kind of broke it.
Your sunglasses?
Oh, Heath.
No, the glass,
Oh.
the. I've got two
Oh,
left. They're in
no.
my glass case, my display case.
Right. Yeah.
But the one I was using, yeah.
Bye bye.
Oh, that's no good.
I'm surprised you haven't given him a sack yet.
Oh, bye.
I mean, he's the only one I've got.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, to be honest, if you know anybody that is better, let me know.
Probably anyone.
Wussy's looking for work.
Yeah. Wusty's always looking for work.
Wusty, listen, mate. You gotta stop hanging around train stations, mate. Who you talking? Talk about me?
Oh, no. Eshay, bar.
Bit of controversy. In
You
the
don't.
chat.
You don't too, yeah, mate. I love train stations.
You own one.
I do.
Yikes.
I think the last
the
place
Clips-
you'd
it's called
find
the
me is
Clips
at a train
Connect.
station, man. Those Eshays scare me. They just walk up to you and you're like, "Hey, you want to go, bar?" And it's like, yeah, nah.
Usually you can just do this and it breaks their arm. So
You have
just flick 'em.
Eshays in regional Queensland.
Oh man, it's
Oh,
off tap.
Yeah, 100%.
You have no
yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
Our
I asked this guy the other day, and I was like, "Hey, are you like I'm kind of like I'm on good terms with him. Like, are you an Eshay? Like, in all seriousness, are you an Eshay?" And he's like, "Well, the things I do would define me as one."
I'll fucking gut you, Gronk.
I was like, and he's like, I'm like, "No, but are you an Eshay?" And he's like, "Oh, well, you know, the things I do would define me as that, but that's up to you." I said, no, do you think you're an Eshay? And he said, yes, but I don't want to be one. I'm like, there's clearly an impasse here. Like, just don't be one.
just stop buying TNs and stop wearing fanny packs, and you'll
Yeah,
probably stop being an Eshay.
get rid of the bum bag and the triple black TNs, and you're probably in business.
does he? Oh, wait. Kev, Charisma, does he walk around like this? You know how they walk around like this?
Oh, I can give it. I can give you an. Do you want an example?
Yeah, like he's hunched down. He's like, "Come on, bar. Come on, bar." Yeah, there you go.
He's gonna gut you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, we should probably just discuss anything other than Eshays at this point. Ice.
Yes, mate.
How long have you been in the gaming industry, and where did your passion for gaming kind of first start for you?
All right. So I've been around since probably 2010, 2011. And that was playing StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, pretty much like RTS games. And I remember the first actual professional LAN event I went to fucking an ACL, and I think it was ACL Sydney 2012, might have been Melbourne 2012. So I'm like hell pumped up, thinking it's all going to be like official. And we walk in, like the whole team, there's like 6 of us. We walk in together, and as soon as you walk into the stage, on your left, there's the COD stage, and there's these fucking 14-year-old boys like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill your mother!" I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, seriously, that was the biggest eye opener. Call of Duty, just I had nothing to that. After that, I was completely and utterly, hooked. I guess
Dropping
because
off
it's
that
hilarious.
scene, eh?
I
It
mean,
wa- and the thing is, these kids were like 12 or 13, and they were going bananas at each other. I was like, okay,
well,
I'll see you. I'll see you.
Wasti can probably attest to this in the chat. Having both our roots of Collateral go back to us competing in Call of Duty under Collateral. 2010 was getting close to our prime, I think, mate. You can probably confirm with me in the chat, but I think that's really when we were at our best, competitively in Call of Duty. And then after that, it was just a very, very slow decline.
Yeah. Well, I feel the decline 100% because I used to be pretty decent, and now I'm just shite. If you, on the weekend, the casters, like, they've been around for a while, the casters, and one of them goes, "Oh, Ice is going to struggle. He's playing against someone who's a pro player." So it's like, okay, I guess he doesn't know who I am or who I was or whatever. I'm just some manager dude now that hangs around. I was like, okay,
You're an Eshe.
I'm getting
I am,
toasted in the chat here.
got the guy. You are.
Wasti
It happens.
said I peaked in the campaign mode.
He did.
Dog.
So, a bit of the journey. Went from academy player to manager, and now I'm just content manager. I've been there, done that, done it all.
Yeah.
Been around for like 10 years or so. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you said going to that Call of Duty tournament really kind of had you hooked on the gaming scene.
Okay, so the tournament itself was a good tournament for the team I was a part of at the time, StarCraft wise.
Yeah.
And it was just the Call of Duty. It just opened my eyes to gaming more, so that there's not just StarCraft people playing it live on stage and all that sort of stuff. I had no idea. Some dude messaged me, he's like, "Do you want to be on my team? You're pretty good." I was like, "Okay." Had no idea what eSports was, none of that bullshit. And then went to this event for the first time. I think it's 2012.
Yeah.
And then I just got hooked.
Yeah, beautiful. And so you said you were really into your strategy games.
Yeah.
So is that dating back to the first StarCraft, obviously? Yeah.
Yeah, Warcraft 2, StarCraft 1, Age of Empires 2, all the good stuff. I have dabbled in FPS games and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, strategy's where I was brought in. My grandfather was actually playing StarCraft, and I always used to annoy the shit out of him. But fun story, when I was like 4 or 5, I'd literally walk into his computer room, press the power button, and run away because I knew he'd just get angry, and I'd obviously find it hilarious, and I just run away. So yeah. I've been a cunt. I've been a cunt from day one, I guess. But yeah,
So
it's been good fun.
I am interested in this because I love hearing people's different perspectives on it. I wanna ask you about looking back over the last 10 years or so, 11 years almost, yeah, back to 2010. How much has the gaming scene changed over the last 11 years from when you first started really getting involved with it, to where we are now? And what are some of I guess the key moments you've seen along the way?
Well, I'll use StarCraft as an example. We pretty close knit team. We've all grown up together. Like, we're all kids or teenagers when we first started. I mean, there's a few of the old timers that are now moved on, but you see orgs and players and all that grow up maturely, and then they mature well, and then you see certain orgs, they pick up new sponsors, or they go down that path of going from a small time org, and all of a sudden they're on the main stage internationally, and people know who they are. And I'll take SYF for example. No one would have known who SYF was. No one would have known that they started in COD. No one would have known they had a StarCraft team. No one would have known any of that from outside of the scenes, obviously. And then they qualified for an international COD tournament, and all of a sudden, 3 or 4 big name sponsors out of nowhere, just bang.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just takes off. And I dare say it happens with a lot of the orgs the same way. Probably, obviously, a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people do not see, but it can happen within 2 or 3 months. You hit that one breakout tournament, or you know, I knew who SYF was. Yeah, you were in the scene. You didn't let me finish. I said if you weren't in the scene, you would have had no clue. So yeah,
It seems
Who?
like Call of Duty was a big starting point for a lot of the orgs dating back to that sort of time.
oh well, that's all people really knew about, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's what I was going to ask. I
it,
think, was it the major esporting game at that time? Like, before esports was esports?
well, it got big before League of Legends did.
Yeah.
Like, so League of Legends is the one or CS 1.6 maybe, or
Oh,
CS:GO,
yeah. Yeah.
you or Quake even, or StarCraft 1. They're the one, or Brood War. They're the ones that started the scenes. But
Yeah.
looking back at it here in Australia, if you were to say what was the biggest game 10 years ago that people are playing for money or whatever, I'd say Call of Duty was. But CS:GO could have been thereabouts as well. But Call of Duty just seemed to be, because that's how old I was. You got to think I would have been fucking 18,
Yeah.
and all the kids around my age were either playing FIFA or Call of Duty or whatever,
Yeah.
and none of them would have been fucking very good. And then you think, oh shit, there's actually really good COD players out there that are making money. And then as I said, that event in 2012, the ACL, it changed my whole perspective. It actually made me realize there was another industry out there, like people like me were doing.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily playing the same game, but yeah, they're out there popping off, doing their thing, you know?
Yeah. 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 What's
No, I'm not.
Yikes!
I'm not quite that old.
Yikes!
So when I was 18, it was FIFA 10. There you go, or FIFA 11.
My
PlayStation
question
came out the
is,
year before.
Oh no.
I've tried to dabble in like, strategy games and stuff before. Like I tried Age of Empires. I tried StarCraft. I just couldn't get into it. So like, what's your advice to people trying to get into strategy games? Because beats me, man. I just can't do it.
All right, so I'm gonna sound like a prick, but I don't care. It's literally the only way to say it. Strategy games, literally like RTS strategy games, are the hardest to get into, and they're the easiest to fall out of love with because you have no one else to blame. You don't have teammates you can blame. If you're bad, you're just bad, and even if you keep playing, you're just
Bad.
You've really got to you have to hold yourself accountable, which makes it hard for some people.
Right. I'm just gonna have to like Google it and just be like, wait, what's the best strategy?
Bloody
you can
carefully
do that,
laughing
but
at
then
what's his answer. Best advice for you now is to not.
Oh, my AirPods are dying, I think. So I'm gonna have to put one in here and see how we go. Can you hear
I
me?
need to, yeah.
In here.
I need to dabble in something else. Like I'm just so over like the same games.
Mate, you just need to do what I was doing this afternoon, and that's playing the new modern version of Modern Warfare 2. What a time! I was quick scoping with the intervention. Beautiful.
I think I'm gonna
Beautiful.
get. If I try that, I know I'm gonna play it once and then get over it instantly.
Instantly.
Potentially
The Modern Warfare 2 modded thing.
Yeah, potentially so. Well, for the effort it took me to download it, it's probably not that bad.
Mm.
Yeah. So you were saying that a lot of those those orgs that really stuck it through, and those like those early years of esports have now kind of developed. And I suppose when I think of ex Call of Duty back in the day, looking now, I think of Optic Nade Shot, or what is now 100T Nade Shot. ISIS is getting grilled. I think of 100T Nade Shot, and I think of all the things he achieved and has achieved at this point. Do you think, I want to ask this to all of you guys, I suppose, do you think Nade Shot's really set like the the model to take of what esporting looks like in the future, where it's not necessarily just about esports, and the esports side of it is important, but do you think there's more to it?
He's definitely shown that, like, your merching and your content is obviously like the way to get your name out there. Obviously, making main stages and whatnot for titles and whatnot gets you out there, but content really puts you on the map.
Yeah.
And then their merch is just second to none. Like, it's like the best merch we've esports has probably seen. Like, their merch is just unreal.
Yeah, I agree. What do you reckon?
What are we
Cliff?
talking about?
We were saying about we were talking about obviously Call of Duty from yesteryears,
Yeah.
and we were talking about how Optic Nature, who now owns and operates 100 Thieves, has now turned what was a past Call of Duty experience into something so much more, and actually kind of set what this is what I'm asking: is 100 Thieves a strong example of what esporting organizations will look like in the future?
What does 100 Thieves have that every other org doesn't?
I think they've really branded themselves and developed themselves as far more than esports.
Would you say more so? Would you say the same about FaZe?
Yes, but I think I don't know. It might just be my point of view and my opinion, but I think FaZe has fallen out of love with a lot of people.
I see. I'm not as old as you guys. No, I'm messing with this. I'm 24, so I wasn't really in that CES fucking esports kind of thing back in 11 years ago when Optic and FaZe and stuff were like full on. Everybody likes it. Everybody was frothing about it, and I kind of got into the end of it, at the end of the click where Call of Duty was kind of. It was when I guess Modern Warfare 3 came out. You look older than everyone else. See, I know something about you that I shouldn't say. Be careful. Now,
Oh, no.
I'm waiting for his comment.
Get on with your story. Get on with your story.
So, it's I came in at the Modern Warfare 3, and I don't know, was esports big back then?
It was MLG. It was MLG back then.
Booming.
Yeah.
MLG days, Jesus.
Yeah, that was
Red
back.
Bull MLG.
Yeah.
MLG was like the pinnacle. Honestly, when CDL took over, it was just
And that was like X Games and all that.
yeah.
I
So
think
what happened to MLG?
I think
CDL.
just CDL took over.
Which I dare say is like in a lot of ways is. I won't say it's killed competitive Call of Duty. I think it's made it harder for everybody else to get involved in it.
Why?
Yeah. Because it's just locked
You gotta
to
be good.
those 12 teams.
It's like the NBA or the NFL now. It's a franchise-owned
Right.
team. So you can't
Yeah.
you can't
It's like
fight
Overwatch too.
you can't fight your way through the ranks to get to the top league. You
You gotta buy in.
you got to buy in with a lot of money. And
Or you get picked up as a player.
or
yeah,
you
or
get
you
picked up
get
as a
picked
player.
up.
Yeah.
So
You can't just make your own team and then
Yeah.
happen to rise up and just grind and get there.
Yeah. So
It's
like,
just those 12 lock teams
Yeah.
every year.
okay, my question is that why now these days in Australia it's hard to get into that kind of stuff
I think
because of that reason?
I think OS in general is just hard to get
So,
into.
I think we've got a great talent pool, and I'll say that, but we've seen our players and teams go overseas in previous years and try and compete, and they've just got nothing on North America.
Mindfreak's the only one that can spring to mind that I've actually gone and had big runs. And those the last 2 or 3 big internationals that they competed in. I don't know which Call of Duty it was because it changes all the time, but I just remember when Mindfreak was just going on crazy runs and everyone's like, "Oh shit, Australian players can play Call of Duty." Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But I think we've
one of
even
them got picked up by the Paris Legion, I think.
we've even seen it in like CS:GO. Renegades this year sent a team over to Germany to play in the Cologne, the major LAN for CS:GO. They sent a team over this year, and they just weren't even in the same ballpark as all of those top tier teams. Whereas they dominate here in Australia, they dominate in OS, but they got over with a lot of those top tier teams, and it's just the skill gap is significant. And I don't know if it's that we just don't, and I can't imagine it's that we don't have as many good players. I don't think that's the issue. I think you're only as good
It
as
is.
I think it's, in my opinion, it's only as good as you can only be as good as the people you scrim against.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't
And
necessarily
so
think.
you literally just answered your own question.
Well, no, I think
Because
they have the ability to do it, but I think you don't learn anything new because like it's so true. EU plays CS:GO differently to how the US plays it, and we play it in a whole different way as well. Like I can't remember if it's EU or the US with Valorant, but one of those regions plays a particular way, and it's a lot quicker.
So that you can look at every esport. Look at StarCraft. Look at CS:GO. Look at all the ones that play over. Look at League of Legends. Look at, like, for example, look at probably Dota as well. I haven't followed Dota as much, but if so, you look at the Australian scene or the OS scene in general. You're only playing against each other, right? So you're going to get better playing the Australian way. That's fine. The Australian way could stack up, but you're not able to put it to the test. Like, if the Australian teams were based abroad and were able to play, so this is what happened. This is how in StarCraft the foreigners bridged the gap on the Koreans. So the Koreans were the powerhouse in StarCraft. No one could touch them. There was like no foreigner had ever won an international title when a Korean was involved. And that changed when the Europeans and the Americans were being put in boot camps in Korea. So they set up gaming houses in Korea. Multiple teams would get together and set up a gaming house, and they'd boot camp players in Korea. And I have no doubt the best player here in Australia, Probe, when he got sent to Korea, he was there for like a year, I think. When he left Australia, he was borderline the best player. He'd come back and he crapped on everyone because he'd had that practice with the better players. He'd been around a better player pool. He learnt more about the game than he would have when he was just staying here in Australia. You know, like, you can play those players, but when you're playing them a lot more and you constantly play against the world's best, you're going to get better. So that's what OS's problem is. And because we're so far away and ping hurts, no one wants to scrim against us.
Yeah, I think
So,
in my opinion, I think pro players are stuck at a certain ceiling in Australia until orgs start moving their whole team over somewhere else to play, or somehow international ping's no longer a thing.
well, Pentanet in League of Legends, they went to the last MSI event, which was in Finland, and they were the first ever Oceanic team, or it might have even been APAC team. I'm not quite sure. There's definitely the first ever team from Australia to make it out of the playing stage and get into knockouts. And they beat teams from EU, NA, and they qualified, and everyone couldn't believe it. You know. So I think League of Legends is an example where players are getting better. We just need. I'm not sure if Pentanet went on a boot camp or whatever. I know Direwolves had been on boot camps and they didn't get the results they were looking for. Legacy didn't get the results they were looking for.
I think
The
Renegades did it with
the
their
League of
Call of
Legends.
Duty team as well.
Yep. Well, the League of Legends scene in Australia has been improving. You're seeing Australian players from the OPL get picked up in the North America scene, because what happened was Riot cut funding here but opened NA up to have Australians as like a visa spot, so they didn't have to qualify as international players. Because I think you got to have a certain amount from your region, and then you're allowed to have a couple of international players. So they made Australia part of the NA region, and what we saw pretty quickly was NA teams like, well, we can improve our team with Australian players, and so they did. And then you see the best teams in NA start using Australian players. So we have the ability to get there. It's just, yeah,
bit more time left to do it.
got to happen.
Yeah.
More money.
We need
more money.
we need better internet.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
well,
too.
yeah. But all the Kiwis have good internet, and they're not very good. Like New Zealand has
You
amazing
just
internet.
answered your own question.
How did I do that? I didn't even ask a question.
You just said Kiwis.
Well, should
That's
I?
why
Have,
they're-
should
that's
I
why
have
they're
said-
not good.
Should I have said sheep shaggers?
Oh. No.
All right, everyone, we're going to YouTube.
All right, let's move on. Man, we are running out of time, gentlemen. We need to move on. Exciting news in Warzone last week, or this week. Last week. It was this week. It was definitely this week. No, it was last week. It was definitely last week. Exciting news in Warzone last week was the announcement of Call of Duty Vanguard, the latest installment of the Call of Duty series. Who knows how many this is now? Some would argue too much. Some would argue too frequent. But I have the trailer here, so I thought maybe we could give it a quick check out. I'm going to flick it over to the Vanguard trailer, then we'll have a quick chat about it after.
The whole world is burning. Sometimes, the only way to put out the flames is with more fire.
For this.
This is the theatre of war, Arthur. There's no curtain call for bravery.
Bravery's what comes after, not what you were in the moment.
Target locked. Dropping bomb.
Whatever we do it together.
Oh yeah.
There it is. That was just enough to catch that live. That is Call of Duty Vanguard coming to you on 5th November 2021. Trailer has me interested, but skeptical enough about Call of Duty in general at the moment to not be interested as well. But some of the big things that they announced out of that was there will be an anti-cheat coming. Um, there will be the Modern Warfare 2019 engine. Um,
That's what I'm excited for.
Clips, you're laughing. What are you
Oh.
laughing about?
Well, the anti-cheat.
Bro, there's gonna be no anti-cheat. I'm saying that right now. There's going to be absolutely 0% of an anti-cheat in Warzone.
What
There
makes
might
you
be
say
in
that?
Vanguard. I just don't believe in Raven at all. I don't have my faith in Raven. Raven, with all the stuff, especially what's tipped me off big time is that instead of actually sitting down and saying to the community, we're going to fix the hacking, we're going to fix the cheating. This is what the anti-cheat looks like. This is what's going to happen with the anti-cheat. It's like they have all they've said to us is there's an anti-cheat. If you go and look at Valorant, you probably. I remember with Valorant before it started that they were telling you exactly what the anti-cheat did, and they were telling you that it's installed on your computer. That tells you it does this, does that, checks this, checks that. We won't hear anything like that from Raven. That's why I don't believe them.
Because they're not right, mate.
Yeah.
Not right.
Yeah, well, that's true. I just don't know, guys. Like, I think Call of Duty's let people down. I think the worst thing was how bad Cold War was. I think Cold War was the tipping point for a lot of people.
Mm.
Like it
That's
was,
track for you.
it
Yeah,
was,
I didn't enjoy it.
it was awful, awful. It was so bad. Like there was glimpses where I tried really hard to get into it. Like I played it probably for a good stretch of maybe a month. This is probably this year, so it wasn't even when it freshly came out. It was when there was a bunch of content, I should say, for how little there was. But I gave it a fair good shot, and it just sucks. Like, does anyone play Cold
Tells how
War
you
for
really
anything?
feel.
Does Cold War play Does anyone play that game for anything other than zombies at this point?
No, that's all I played it
What?
for in the end. Like I was just grinding zombies. That's about it.
I got pretty bored of it. I know a mate, Gucci Mick, that's part of CES that does quick scoping on it, and he even has said that he's not even going to be playing it anymore. And he was big. He was main. That was his main game for ages, for weeks, for months. The whole, to be honest, from since it released to now, he's been playing Cold War,
Yeah.
and now he's not he's moved on to that new Modern Warfare 2 mod thing. But yeah, Cold War was just. It's I've never liked Trout games.
You didn't like the original Black Ops?
I liked it, but not. It wasn't compared to Infinity Ward's games.
Black Ops 2 is kind of iconic.
But
I
it
think
got old very quickly.
I think the problem with Cold War was that Sledgehammer started it and Treyarch had to pick up the pieces. I think that was the biggest problem.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And you got to
Is
see that
Sledgehammer not doing this?
No, Sledgehammer's doing Vanguard.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
what I
kicked
mean.
off the Cold War project,
Yeah,
and then
Yeah.
so Treyarch took over it.
because that's not concerning at all. The company that got kicked off the last Call of Duty got put on the new one.
It all it comes down to is Activision.
Fuck Activision. Sorry,
Exactly.
they ruined Blizzard.
Yeah, well,
They ruin everything.
I mean, we've seen that massive issue with what's been happening over in California, developing over the last few weeks. It's clear there's some serious issues over at Blizzard/Activision.
California as a state is just like as a county is just destroyed. Like so much is wrong with it.
Well, I mean, that's more of a political issue, but
Christmas face.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, but you know the reason that nothing's happening about it.
Well, I
and
didn't know we were
Activision
getting to
is
that
just,
place.
You know, doing whatever they're doing is because you know there's no laws about it. Like within the law at California, they're well within their rights to just go, oh well,
We mean, oh
That's
well.
pretty fucked.
The state of California was the ones that sued Blizzard.
No, but then why Blizzard was able to just say, oh well, like, that's what's happening. That's why it's just sort of died.
We mean dominoes were falling left, right, and center. Big, like massive people in the company have been let go or stood down.
Yeah, and
Horribly.
now they're like making another company and everyone's leaving, but Activision itself, hasn't really. I'd say they're almost not going to see a loss, to be honest. I think they're just going to keep powering through.
They've got that
World
so
of
much.
Warcraft's bugged
Is it? Why is World of Warcraft bugging?
because they keep going back in time and they keep reliving the same story. Blizzard or Activision have literally just brought out WoW Classic so people can start from the beginning again. Instead of continuing on, they starting again, trying to relive on the hype that Blizzard had.
Yeah, I think that's Activision
StarCraft,
trying to fall back on themselves. They didn't know what to do.
Overwatch is on its way down. Like all the big players from the actual Blizzard team, they're all going. They're all gone. They're starting their own projects. There's 2 or 3 that are already out there that are saying that we're going to make the next RTS game, for example, the next StarCraft or whatever. Not just a new expansion, Wusty. Fucking WoW's been dead for a while, man. As soon as they announced Classic, that's when you knew WoW was going to die. Everyone wanted to go back to the start, and I wanted to keep playing the current shit. They wanted to go back, and that says something. It's
Right. So just before.
Burning Crusade's out, man.
So let me put it to you this way. If you think Activision hasn't taken a hit, let me put it to you this way. A stock price was worth $103.81 USD in February this year. So
Yeah.
that's well before this all kicked off. Current stock price is now down to $81.79, which is a massive drop in the stock market.
That's going to keep dropping too, by the way.
They're
bugged.
Yeah.
I think they'll see Vanguard come out, and after the whole tidal wave hits and everything, in the next 6 months to 12 months, I think it's just they'll slowly rise up. Like it'll take time, but they're just they'll just cruise through it.
Activision's got that much money. What they're going to do is they're going to say that they hired the next Bill Gates or something like that. They're going to hire someone that's going to bring Activision back to their feet. And then 10 years later, they're going to figure out that he's done pretty much the same thing again, and just goes in a circle.
That's potentially true.
Because didn't this happen before? Didn't Activision or Blizzard had the CEO, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago, apologized?
No, I can't remember.
They apologized about. I can't remember what it was. They apologized about something.
I can't remember that long ago.
I want to see if I can.
No, it wouldn't have been Blizzard Activision. It would have just been Activision because Mike Morhaime was still running Blizzard at the time.
What's in the chat said, when are we starting a RuneScape team? Mate, you just got to head it up. That's you can head that department up if you like. Yeah.
Jesus. RuneScape.
Collateral eSports RuneScape. Is it RuneScape OS, like original, or are we talking RS3? You let me know. But back on Vanguard, I think, like, I've been reading a lot of comments about people like, we didn't even know there was a new Call of Duty coming out.
It was so quiet for so long. There was just nothing about it. Like, normally by the time that, news was coming out for the next Call of Duty of the year, that stuff hadn't been coming out yet. Like, it was very far away.
Yeah.
Like, it's only just recently in the last few weeks that Vanguard stuff started popping up. Whereas, months ago, in any other title, we were already hearing spoilers and, getting that information. So I think Vanguard was just very slow.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting times ahead for Call of Duty, and Activision and whatnot. I am hopeful for the future of Call of Duty, but I think if Battlefield 2042 meets all the hype, if Battlefield has been known to definitely be a letdown before, if they do meet all the hype, it could be a killer for Call of Duty, and there'll always be those Call of Duty loyalists, but I think Battlefield could really take the cake. And
2042 looks good.
I was reading an article the other day about some old developers that used to work for Call of Duty and making an FPS shooter, and it looks really, 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 really good. This is before they left, well before all this stuff went down, but this FPS shooter they're making looks really good.
It was sorry to bring back the thing. It was in 2019 when that player got banned because of the Hong Kong incident.
Oh yeah, Wasi just
They
mentioned
took
that.
his money, didn't they?
Huh?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
took his prize money. They took his prize money because he said free Hong Kong.
Yeah, and everyone
That was what game was that in?
legal. No,
Oh,
Hearthstone.
no, yeah, Hearthstone.
Ridiculous. Blizzard, Activision.
Yikes.
Activision.
Yeah, they are troublesome. But I really do
They're
hope.
definitely
I really do hope Call of Duty finds its wheels again.
All they have to do is remaster, Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2, and all their original player base plus the new is going to go over to it, and it's just going to be huge.
Can you imagine the droves of content creators that would flick over and switch over to a Modern Warfare 2 remaster?
It'd be insane, man. Like, it'll be a split gate situation. 2-hour queues.
Yeah, well, that's probably true. Except Activision will be a bit more prepared for a
Yeah, a bit more prepared for it.
400% growth in a day.
Yeah.
You sure they'd be prepared, mate?
You're right. No, I don't. I don't think they'd be prepared at all. So yeah, we'll see what happens. There's a bunch of exciting games coming out over the next year or so. So it should be really good. No sign of an there's been no sign of an FOV slider yet in the leaks for Vanguard on console. So that's unfortunate for console people.
And there was and a 3-person development team was able to do it.
Yeah, and a 3-person development team was able to do it on Splitgate.
Yeah.
No FOV slider.
Oh dear.
I was reading a tweet. I'll see if I can find it later. But I was reading a tweet that the main guy of Infinity Ward, the head of Infinity Ward, head developer or whatever you call him, actually was saying that the next title that they develop or create will actually have everything everyone's complaining about.
So that'll be next year, won't it?
We'll soon see.
Yeah, next year.
But I feel like the Infinity Ward game is going to be the next big game that Activision's going to have, and the reason being is because they haven't released the game this year, so they've had 3 years to develop a new game.
Diablo 4 is coming out next year.
Yeah, Diablo 4. Yeah.
That'll be huge.
Yeah.
Is Overwatch 2 next year as well?
Yep.
Wow.
So that'll be
Meant to be. COVID will probably push it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Overwatch 2 will be interesting. Like, I mean, I personally enjoyed Overwatch.
Why did they create an Overwatch 2 for?
No, it's a joke, actually. It's actually a joke.
There's no reason for it.
It was to continue the storyline. Instead of bringing out more
Who
paid
plays
content,
Overwatch
which
for
they
the
should've.
storyline?
Yeah, I didn't even fucking know that was a storyline. Is there
I
a
didn't know there was
storyline?
story, to be honest.
Who's like, man, I just bought Overwatch. What a sick storyline.
No, okay, so they're bringing out like a campaign or some co-op campaign or some bullshit like that to go over the story of Overwatch.
Right.
And so Overwatch itself isn't getting much changes like competitively, but they are bringing out like a co-op version or some bullshit. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. I remember laughing at it when I heard about it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't.
Like,
why they just
legit.
did what Warzone or Fortnite or whatever. What they've done. How not even Warzone. Warzone has done a poor job.
Season
But how
integrated.
Fortnite has. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have done that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They have seasons. That's the worst part. They have
Way to-
seasons.
Way to beat a dead horse, man.
Uh,
It hurts.
Do you reckon-
because
do you
it
reckon
is
s-
dying.
do you reckon Splitgate's dead once Halo comes out?
I mean,
I-
Splitgate's very much alive at this point. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
at
got a lot of
at
people.
this point, but Halo's coming.
But is it? Is Splitgate alive at the moment?
Well,
If you can name one big person, if you can name one person playing Splitgate right now,
one person playing Splitgate right now.
One big name.
Oh, give me 2 seconds.
1, 2.
Let me have a look
It's
here.
a few more than 2, buddy.
There's currently 67 views globally on Splitgate.
Awesome. That's worse than StarCraft 1.
I rest my case.
Oh boy. That's
Splitgate, the reason why it's dead is because the big hype, the reason why Splitgate was so hyped was because they said, oh, Splitgate's got $10 million. And it was already a good game. Plus $10 million. Everyone's like, oh, fuck yeah, man, this game's going to be awesome. They've got $10 million. They've already created a mad game. They're going to use that $10 million to even further create it even better. And I haven't yet to see an update come out for Splitgate in Steam. It got old very quickly.
I think
Same
the
thing
last
over and over
update was
again.
only a few days ago, wasn't it?
Was it to add any content into it, or was it just to fix their glitches that they?
Yeah, I think it might have just been a bug fix.
That's what I mean. Like, I understand that a three-man team, but
So the highest streamed game right now, as of this moment, like streaming right now, viewers count is Grand Theft Auto 5.
RP, bitches.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's just going to
that's just
So
RP server.
Grand Theft Auto coming in at 84.8 thousand viewers. Swiftly followed by League of Legends with 75,000 viewers. Then Apex Legends.
You
was,
wait till the League event on.
Yeah, and then Apex Legends was 71,500 viewers. Then Dota 2, and then Valorant. Even even a slot machine game is beating out Warzone at the moment.
What's Warzone at the moment?
50,500.
50.
Fortnite with 45.5, Hearthstone with 33, CS:GO 30,000.
Wait, how much does yours say, Kev?
Hearthstone.
55.
What are you talking about?
Your Warzone viewer count.
50.7 it says now.
Oh right, yeah, it's going down real quick for me. 50.5.
They're all switching to Splitgate.
Yeah. People still.
No,
Once he says people still playing Apex. Apex is popping off because they don't.
Apex is gone.
No one wants to play Warzone anymore. Apex is just cool.
And
Yep,
Apex
I got
is,
Apex.
Apex is meeting all the hype it got now that it received when it first came out. Remember when everyone left Fortnite for like a week?
yeah,
Thought Apex was going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, Apex was literally labeled the Fortnite killer.
So Apex Legends, the reason why that's so big is because if you ban, like, okay, so and I've got great proof of this. If you go and if someone says you're a fuckhead or you can't play good, you shit, and start talking crap to you, you can literally report them, and I guarantee you 2 days later they're banned for a week.
Is that because of Origin?
No, it's on Steam. It's on It's on Steam and on Origin. It's on. It's simply because I think who's making Apex again? I can't remember.
Yeah, not
EA.
sure.
It's EA, isn't it?
Is it
Yeah, it's
Respawn? Respawn.
Respawn, yeah.
It's Respawn. Respawn. What they're doing, and I know for a fact they're doing this. They're getting what Warzone. They're going, okay, what doesn't Warzone have? And then they're adding it into the game.
Even two of the best Valorant players in the world right now are currently streaming Apex.
Apex is good fun.
Sentinels,
They're adding that.
Sentinels Dapper and Sentinel Sinatra are both streaming Apex right now, even though they're the best Valorant players in the world.
There you go. That's why I stream
Need
Apex.
more.
I have fun. I have fun with it. That says that's different to what Charisma thinks up here above me.
I hate that game.
I hate the battle royale.
What?
I love arenas.
Yeah,
but I hate
like
the battle
Arena.
royale.
No,
The loot table in in Battle Royale, it's disgusting. I hate it.
Mm.
The loot table is awful.
Yeah. So Apex, still more. Rusty said I'd rather play Overwatch than Apex. He'd also rather play PvP WoW than Apex. Yikes.
Beast.
Yikes.
Well, you got to be if to play Apex, you got to be good at Apex.
Well, that's true.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
What's it? You good at Apex?
He's not.
There you go.
He's not even good at Valorant.
Oh, uh-oh.
It's a cut.
Oh, what's it? When you see Charisma in real life tomorrow, or whenever you're gonna see him, slap him for me.
Oh. All right, gents. I reckon we wrap it up there. Let's make that the end of the podcast, eh?